What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about dictionary. So first, what even is a dictionary in Python? I think of it like a real dictionary. In a real dictionary, every word has a meaning. In Python, every key has a value. That's its simple concept. Okay. So let's write our first dictionary. So let me give you an example like this. Dict. This is in a variable. Okay, for using a dictionary. For a dictionary, we use curly bracket. Okay, inside the curly brackets, let me just say this is a key. Like brand, it has value. Like let me just say which is a 4. Okay, after that we will comma. We are writing another key which is model. Okay, and after that colon, semicolon. After that we will say what is the value which is Mustang. Comma. There is another key which is let me just say here. Okay, and we hit comma, semicolon, then inside the commas we will say 1964. So this is just this is a number, so we can write like this. It's up to you. Okay, so this is the dictionary. We can print the this dict. Okay, also we can say what is the type of this dict. So when we run it, you see that it has the output will be like this, and it has a so the type is dict. Okay, it has brand which is Ford, and the model is Mustang, and the year is 1964. Okay, did you see these curly bracket? That's how you define a dictionary. Inside we write key value pairs separated by a comma. Each pair is separated by a comma. So brand is a key, and Ford is its value. Okay, model is key, Mustang is it is value, and year is a key, and 1964 is its value. Okay, so key points to say: dictionaries are ordered. Okay, from Python 3.7 plus, like dictionaries are ordered. Okay, also they are changeable. You can edit or remove items from a dictionary. Okay, they do not allow duplicate keys. That's to be remember. Okay, they are written with curly brackets. Okay, so if I try to duplicate a value like model, which is uh, Mustang. Okay, so when I try to run it, you see that only the first value appears. After that, after the year variable, year key, there is no model. But even though I define here, but this is the duplicate value, because there are, you see there are both key have the same. If I try to change this, now it will print it, because now this model key is not equals to this. That's why it is printed here. Okay, so this also to remember. Now the value inside a dictionary can be any data. Okay, it can be a string, it can be integer, it can be boolean, even a list can be inside a dictionary. So let me just create another dict. Let me just say name is okay, comma, then I can say year, semicolon, I can say 2003. Okay, I can say uh, I can, this is now boolean value. Okay, I can also create a key which is color, and I can give them a list like red, white, or blue. Okay, so when I try to print dict 1, okay, and also let me just say type of dict 1. Let me just give a line here. So you see that this there is a name, there is a name key which has a value by heat. Okay, there is a key here which has a 2003 year. Okay, this is also a key, and this also key, and it has a value which is a list. Okay, that's how you can write a list inside a dictionary. When you use a type method on a dictionary, Python tells you the dict, and look at that color value. It actually a list inside the dictionary. That's how flexible a dictionary are. Okay. There is also another way to create a dictionary using the dict constructor. Like same way for the list constructor, there is a dict constructor to construct a dictionary. Okay, I can say my dict just a variable name, so I can now I will quote unquote say dict for the dictionary constructor. Thirdly, I will say name is equals to like Baba Yaga. Okay, I can say age is an another key which has value 47. Okay, I can say work which is like okay, I can say print my dict. So you see, this is how we can create a dictionary. So now what happens if you put the same key twice? Let me just say brand is like 4, okay, and year is like 1964 the comma. And now there is another key duplicate key which is a year, and I am saying so. So we know that this is. Let me just. So we know that this is the same key, okay. So it will print it out the last one because Python does not raise an error. It just keep the last one value, which is the this one value, okay. Even though it is a duplicate value, but it will print the last one value. So dictionaries cannot have duplicate keys. The last one always wins. Now we will talk about accessing dictionary items. Okay. The easiest way is to use square brackets with the key name. Okay. First, let's just say dict 2 is equals to, let me just say team is let me just say uh, Real Madrid, and country is like Spain. Okay, and UCL is like 15 they have. So now I can say, so now that let's create a variable x inside. Let's just say the dict 2 grab the uh, UCL key. Okay, UCL key. Now it will UCL key. Now it will print out the value. We can little bit format it here. UCL is equals to whatever the x values. So you see that this line here goes inside this dict 2 and grab the key which is UCL, and it has value 15. It will grab this value and it print it out here. Okay, just like accessing an item from a list using index with a dictionary. There are also a second way using the get method. Okay, so we can say, let me just say z is equals to inside the dict2, okay, dot, we can say get, okay, what is what to get, the key is country, okay. Now print whatever the z value is, which is string, okay. Both give you the same result, but get is safer. If the key does not exist, it returns none instead of crashing with a key error. So let's just check. If I just change the key here, uh, like in kept small letters, we know that we will get an error. Okay, key error which is UCL in small letters is not defined. Okay, so it crashes out. It will give us immediately error. But what about here? If we say get, so you see the key is not defined with the country with capital C letter, so it will give us none error instead of throwing us an error. So it will give us none key. So back to the business. Now let me show you three very important method: keys, values, and items. These are used all time in real Python code. So now we will talk about like all keys, all values, uh, items. Okay. So let me just say there is a dates dictionary for Anna. It has B grade. Okay. For Matt, there is a grade. For John, there is a C grade. Okay. Comma, there is a Catty, and it has, let's just say, A grade. I forgot here comma. I forgot here comma. That's why I'm getting an error. And also print quote unquote like grades dot give me all keys. Okay. So you see the output is like this. Each key inside these dictionary there's Anna, Matt, John, and Caddy. So how about if we say print? There is a list inside the list. Grade dot keys. Okay. So when I run it, now it is in the list because I first I grab the keys all. Okay. After that I assign them into a list. Keys return a view of all keys. The cool thing about this key is that if you added a new key to the dictionary, this view update automatically. Also, we can get the all values like print uh, grades in the grades like values. Give me all values. Okay, so let me just run it. So these now I can transform them in the list like using the list. Okay, inside I can say grades dot get the all values. Okay, so they now they will be in the list format. Values gives you the all the values again. Live view updates automatically. Okay, you can also print like grades dot items. Item is like inside the item there will be a key and a value. This whole thing is an item. Okay, this there is another item, there is another item. An item has a key and value both. Okay, so when I so the output will be something like this. Okay, so the items gives you both key and values as a tuples. Okay, this is a tuple. Okay, one tuple, another tuple, another tuple. Okay, another tuple. this is super useful when you want to look through both at the same time. Okay. Now we will check if a key exists in. So let me just dict 3 is equals to uh, brand, which is HP core 5 gen is like. So if I say if core in dict 3 print yes core is in the dictionary. Okay. Else we can say no, it's not there. Okay. So so this is how we can check if a dictionary if a key exists in a dictionary or not. So you see that this is the output we will get. Now we will talk about changing dictionary items. Dictionaries are changeable. Okay, meaning we can update values after after creating the dictionary. So we have a new dict one which is like it has name. Okay, which is like Bill, and we have another key which is movie like American Psycho. Okay, we have another key here which is 2007. So now if I wanted to change the year from 2007 to 2000, I can do like that. Inside the new dict one, grab the uh, year. Okay, assigned a new value to it which is 2000. Now print whatever the new dict one is, and this here before and after result. Okay, so you see first it has so you see first it has 2007 and now it has 2000. This is how we can change uh, items value in the dictionary. You can use the key name and assign a new value. Done, the value is gone. Okay. You can also use the update method. This is especially useful when you want to change multiple values at once. Like we have a new dict which is 2 and it has name like Matthew. Okay. It has like series which is detective, and then it has key also year which is 2013. So first let me just print this new detective 2. Now I want to update it with multiple values, so I can just say quote unquote new dict 2 dot update, and what to update the series key, and it has update the value which is like true detective. Okay, also year, update the year, which is 2014, and I have to pass these whole things inside a curly bracket. Okay. Now when I print a new dict 2, so you see this is the output we get. We change multiple values at once. Update takes a dictionary as an argument. Okay, this is an dictionary as an argument for an update method, and it merges it into the original. Any matching keys gets updated. Any new key get added. Okay, if there is, let's just say, another new key, like type, let's just say this is another key, uh, which is like frame. Okay, so now when I run it, it will also update it here. Now we will talk about how to add adding item in a dictionary. Okay, adding a new item to a dictionary is super easy. Just use a new key. Okay, so inside it, let me just say name, which is Elon. Okay, age is like 53, and CEO like okay, says print this also dict, and also now I'm changing the so now I'm adding the value, like inside the new dict there is a key, added key, which is like country, and give value as a like USA. Now print new dict 3. Okay, so you see this is the output we get. We created a new key, which is country. Okay, it has assigned the value. We assign the value, which is USA. If the key already exists, it updates it. It does not. If it does not exist, it creates it. That's it. Okay. You can also update multiple keys at once using the update uh, method, which we earlier used here. Okay, this is also we can do that here, like new 3 dot update. It takes dictionary as a parameter. Okay, argument as a, we can say kids. We can say kids. Yes, I has like 3. Okay, we can also ask alive, and yes. So you see, so let me just print it. Now when we print a new dict 3, this is the first one. After that we added one value to. Now we can also add in multiple values to it. So this is the output. Now we will talk about how to remove an item from a dictionary. Now let's talk about removing items. Python gives us 5 ways to do this. Let me go through each one. First one is we know that it's pop method. Remove a specific key. We will remove a specific key. Let's create a dictionary. Let's just say dict1, which is it has name. Okay, which is Hemant. Okay, and it has class. Let me just say 6. It has subject like math. Okay, age. Age is like 15 something. Okay, after that, like marks, let me just say 99. So parent first, let me just parent predict 1. Okay, and now I will say inside the dict 1 dot pop, I want to delete specific key. We will define here key, so I have to write the correct key. Okay, now I am saying print whatever the remaining dict 1 is. Okay, so when I run it, you see that age has been deleted by this pop function. Okay, pop removes the items with the key you specify. You choose which key you want to remove. If you want to remove the last item from a list, from this list, we can use the here uh, this key marks as a key. It will be deleted, but we can also use the uh, pop item. So we will write dict 1 dot pop item. Okay, it will automatically delete the last item. I will say print now dict 1. So let me just see. So you see that this marks has been deleted. Okay. Now the third one is del keyword, which remove by key or delete the whole dictionary. We can also use the del keyword here. Okay. We can say del dict 1. Okay. So what we wanted to delete, we will say just a subject. Okay. So it will delete the subject for us. And now we will say print dict 1. Okay. So you see that this subject has been deleted. So if we did not define here subject, it will delete the whole dictionary. This whole dictionary, it will delete this tell keyword. And when I try to parent it, it will gives us an error. So it will say dict1 is not defined because this del keyword has just deleted this entire dictionary. That's why we are getting this error. Okay, so we have to define here. If we wanted to delete the whole dictionary, so we will use the del keyword. If we want to delete one to some item, some one key, so we can define in here like uh, subject. Okay, so also there is a last one which is clear. Okay, we can say dict 1 dot clear. Clear means clear everything, whatever that inside the dictionary is. Okay, so when we try to print dict, it will not throw us an error because we are using the dict. It will gives us an empty dictionary. It will not delete the dictionary from the memory, but del keyword will delete the dictionary, whole dictionary, if we do not define here any key. Okay, but in the clear method we can clear everything from a dictionary, and also we will not get an error of any kind. That's the difference between del and clear keyword. Now we will talk about looping through a dictionary. Let me just create a dictionary which is like name John, age is like 30, Date of birth, let me just say, is 2001. Okay. Now we will loop on it. We will just normally, the way we do it for X, let me just say in my dict, okay, we will say print X. So it will give me all the keys here. By default, looping through a dictionary gives you the keys one by one. Okay. So now we will looping on values. How to do it? We will say for value in, let me just say in my dict, print my dict and value, whatever that value is. Okay. So when I run it, you see the all the values is here. So loop, now we will try to loop keys and values together. So first we do here only keys, here only values. Okay. Let me just change it variable here. For key, we know that it is giving us a key. So let me just, for key in key my dict, for key in my dict print key. This is for the keys. This is for all values. Now we will try to loop through together. We will say for key for short form for keys and comma v for values. Okay. In my uh, dict, okay, dot, now with keys and values are items, so we will use here items. Okay. After that colon we hit enter. We will say print quote unquote f for the formatted string. Okay. We say key is this key, k has value like v. When we try to print it, it will look like key name has value John, key age has value 30, key DOB, the date of birth has value 31 to 2001. So using item with two variables, that's how we do it. You get both the keys and values in one line. You will see this pattern everywhere in Python. Okay. Now we will talk about copying a dictionary. So this is common mistakes beginner make copying a dictionary the wrong way. Let me show you what I mean. So dict2, let me just say there is another dictionary 2 variable and there is a dict dictionary 1. We cannot do something like that and we are saying that the dictionary has been copied. This is not the way to do it. This does not create a copy. It just create another reference to the same dictionary. So if you change change in dict1, so dict2 also changes. That's dangerous. Okay. So how to do it? Let me show it to you. Let me just say this dict, let me just copy it and paste it here. So I'm just saying dict copy dict is just a variable name for a dictionary. Now inside that I'm just saying grab the my dict values. Okay, what to do? Just copy everything from it. Okay, now print the copy dict, so it will print out. Use the copy method. Now a new dict is an independent copy. Changes to the dict1 will not affect new dict. Okay. We can also do another through the another way, which is like through a dict constructor or dict function. The way we create a dictionary using the DICT brackets constructor. How about like this? New dict is equals to uh, dict constructor. Inside we will give this my dict variable. Okay, here this is dict constructor. It will ask the what are you giving me. So we will say we are giving this, to copy it and assign the value to this new dict and print the whole thing. Let me just say new dict. This is also a copying mechanism. We can say another pass the original into dict. Same result, two ways to do it, both are correct. Now we will talk about nested dictionaries. Nested dictionary is like a dictionary inside another dictionary. Okay, this is like a nested dictionary. This is how real world data is stored. Think of player, student, employees, each with their own properties. Okay, so let me create a nested dictionary. First, we need a variable for this nested. Let me just say players. Okay, now inside it, let me just say there is a player one. Okay, it has properties like now this this is the key. Okay, and inside the value is like another dictionary inside this dictionary. Okay, this is called nested dictionary. Now player one has keys like name. Okay, which is like Mbappe. Okay, after that let me just say his position is we know that S3 or left wing. Okay, also after that we can say value, market value. We can say that market value is like somehow 200 million, somewhere 200 million. Let me just say. So this is just an one dictionary inside the new dictionary. We can create as many nested dictionary inside the dictionary. So we'll just say comma here. After that we will define another period. We will say for a key, this is another period which is key. Let me just say second. We will say comma. Now he will here's the values. It is inside this we have a name. Okay, let me just say Jude, and it has position. Let me just say came, or we can say CM also, LM or RM. Okay, after that it has value, market value. Let me just say. So it has market value. Let me just say 150 millions somehow. So there is another player. Let me just say player 3. Okay. Now this there is another dictionary inside it. Okay. So we will say his name is Trent. Okay. Comma. Now his position is like RB or RN somehow, and it has market value is like 100 million. Okay, so there is a one dictionary. Okay, this whole as a dictionary. Inside it there are three dictionaries. Okay, every dictionary has a key. This is player one, this is player two, this is player three. Each key has a value which is inside a dictionary. Inside it there is a key name which is has a value. Okay, key and name, and this is another key inside the nested dictionary. Okay, so each player is itself a dictionary with name, position, and market value, and all of them are inside one big dictionary called Madrid Pillars. Okay, so we will try to access the uh, nested items. How can we do that? Let me just print this whole thing, uh, how it will look like. So this is how it will look like. Okay, so let me just, so the pillar 1 has a properties and it has a one dictionary. Okay, now there is a pillar 2, it has one dictionary up to here, and pillar 3 it has this, and all these three dictionary are in the one big dictionary. Okay, so how about if we wanted to access items from a whole dictionary, we can say that parent in the Madrid pillars. Okay, we can now say inside the bracket, go into the pillar 2. Okay, grab the key of key of key which has key name. Okay, it will grab. Okay, so you see, this is how we can do the nested. This is how we can access the dictionaries inside. We can also say print Madrid pillar inside, go into the pillar number 3 and grab the market value. Sorry, grab the market value. Okay, it will 100 million for the trend. To access a nested value, you chain two square brackets lock lookups. First you go to the outer key, okay, then the inner key, like drilling into layers, somehow like that. You can also build a nested dictionary by combining three separate ones. Okay, how we can do that? Something like that. Let me just say pillar pillar 1, okay, pillar 2, okay, and pillar 3. Now pillar 1 is this. Sorry, pillar 1 is this. Let me just copy everything, paste in here. This is pillar 1, okay. So here is the pillar 2. This is pillar 2. Copy everything, and we will. Okay, now this is pillar 3. Copy everything. Okay. So now these three are different dictionary. This is just a single dictionary. This is another dictionary. This is another dictionary. Now we'll combine. Then we will say Madrid pillars is equals to. Now we can say there is a key which is pillar 1, okay, and it has value. Sorry, it has values like pillar 1, this one, okay, printed out here. Now we can say the key is like pillar 2, it has value which is pillar 2 dictionary, pillar 2 dictionary, okay. We can say there is a key which is pillar 3, okay, and it has pillar 3 dictionary which is this, okay. Now when we try to print other pillars, this is, you see, okay. we can also loop on nested dictionaries. We can say for x comma objects in Madrid pillars dot items, because we know that there's keys and also values. That's why we are using here items dot items. Okay, after that we will say parent x for y in objects. Okay, after that we will say parent y plus concatenate it with let me just say this one. Okay, we can use the f string here also. So just use the f string y, this one, then object y, and inside the curly bracket. Okay, so this is the key, this is the value. Let me just give a blank line here. So you see that player 1 has a name, okay, and position and market value. Now player 2 has a name, position, market value. Now player 3 has a name, position, and market value. That's how we loop on the nested dictionary. Outer loop gives us each value key, and the dictionary inner loop goes through each property inside that player. Okay, this is how we process complex data structure. So let's just say we have an example which is word counter. Okay, this one is super practical, counting how many times each word appears in a song. Let me just say song is like this one. Let me just write it for you. So this is the song we have. Okay, we will create a function which is like generate a word. It takes a song as a parameter. Okay, so now we have a word list which is song dot. We will first do the all words, we will in the lower words, in the small words. Okay, after that we will split it. Okay, then we say we have a dictionary which is empty. Okay, after that we can say for w in word list, if w in word dict, if there is in word dict. Okay, so just word dict w one, else you can say word dict is equals to just one. Okay, in the end, just return the word dict. Now we will say current uh, generate word. It takes as a songs as an argument. Okay, so when we try to run it, you see that rah, this word appears two times in a dictionary. Okay, and this ah appears three times here. Okay, this rom appears one time, this mah word appears three times, this ro appears one time. So that's it for today, guys. That's everything you need to know about Python dictionary. We covered what a dictionary is, how to create one using curly brackets or dict. Okay, how to access item using keys and gets, how to use keys, values, and items, how to change, edit, and remove item, how to loop through dictionaries, how to copy them safely, nested dictionaries, and one example of a practical example, something like that. this video help you, please like it, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me make more content like this. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you. Keep watching.